D-Lo 404 Boxing. Alright, y'all. So I heard it stated that Errol Spence Jr. doesn't have anything to gain and Manny Pacquiao doesn't have anything to lose in this fight between the two of them. I'd like to say that I disagree. Of course, if you look at it from Manny Pacquiao's standpoint, he's a legendary fighter. He's already carved out a Hall of Fame career by lots of accounts. By my own account, I think he has, especially. But this is also a fight in which, boxing is the hurt business. So if he has nothing else to lose in this fight in terms of what it does for his legacy, anything like that, of course he's fighting a young lion, up-and-coming superstar in the sport, and a guy that's considered by many to be the best fighter at 147 pounds. And with that being said, Pacquiao already beat the guy who was considered to be the best at 147 before Spence, who Spence never got an opportunity to get in the ring to prove that he was better than. The torch was just kind of passed due to inactivity and Spence's body of work without fighting Keith Thurman. So, all of that being said, if you look at the fight for Manny Pacquiao, there's a lot to gain for sure. But in terms of what he can lose there's always something to lose in the sport of boxing. Manny Pacquiao may have plans on, a couple more fights after this. He may, have plans on having an announced retirement fight. Who knows? But at the end of the day, if this fight doesn't go well, depending on how bad it goes for him, he could find himself unable to have another fight after this. And not only that, your quality of life after boxing it could be affected. Do I expect it to end that badly for him? No, I don't. But I don't think any fighter should ever go into a fight thinking they don't have anything to lose. Now, on the flip side, nor do I think Manny Pacquiao has that attitude. I think Manny Pacquiao expects to win this fight and wants to win the fight. Now, on the flip side, Errol Spence Jr., he has a lot to lose in this fight, but he also has a lot to gain. And the statement was that he didn't have anything to gain. Clearly, losing to a 42-year-old Manny Pacquiao and coming off their 2-year layoff, that would be exaggerated should Errol Spence lose. Okay, I'm going to leave that alone. Stop there. In terms of what Errol Spence has to gain, he has the world to gain if he beats Manny Pacquiao. There's a reason everybody at 147 was chasing a Manny Pacquiao fight. I'm not going to waste time in this video rattling off the names, but everybody who's anybody wanted a Manny Pacquiao fight. Even guys at 135 trying to get a Pacquiao fight. Even a guy. So let me just say that. So, if Errol Spence Jr. could beat Manny Pacquiao, he has beat one of the greatest fighters of a generation, a guy considered by a lot of people to be one of the greatest fighters to ever lace up a pair of boxing gloves. He beats a guy who has a track record of being a huge draw on pay-per-view. He beats a guy who has legions and legions of loyal fans. He beats a guy who beat Keith Thurman, the guy he couldn't get in the ring. He beats, essentially Manny Pacquiao is the man who beat the man, who was the guy who was considered the man in the division. And I'm just going to stop there. All those things I mentioned do an awful lot for Errol Spence Jr. and his march toward superstardom in the sport of boxing. So I wholeheartedly disagree with the statement that Errol Spence Jr. has nothing to gain and Manny Pacquiao has nothing to lose. That's all I got to say on that subject. D-Lo 404 Boxing. Like, share, comment, subscribe. I'm out. Peace.